Good evening, good evening. My name is Yeshua Amani. I'm here to drop another jewel when it comes to the criminal justice system. First, you can follow me on TikTok, Paralegal Nation. You can go to my Facebook page, Paralegal Nation. You can also go to my Instagram page, Mr. Armani1985, or you can go to my YouTube page, Paralegal Nation as well. So today's lesson I'm going to drop on you is I'm going to drop a 4-page form on the petition to seal and destroy adult arrest records. So let me go into that. So according to Penal Code 851.8, those who are those who were arrested for a crime and but they was never convicted of a crime, or the case was set aside or dismissed, or you was found factual innocence, that record still shows on your rap sheet. So a lot of people might dismiss it, say, "Hey, I was never convicted. I'm not a felon. I'm not a convicted felon. I'm not a convicted misdemeanor. I don't have an infraction." So it means absolutely nothing. Well, in the eyes of the public and for certain employees that do extensive background checks, it does mean something. So you just don't want to just expunge your felonies or misdemeanors. You want to take advantage of sealing and destroying your arrest record. Now, I'm talking about the state of California. I haven't migrated to other states yet. I'm taking one state at a time. So the form I want to talk about first is the BCIA 8270 form, which is according to Penal Code 851.8. Those who have been arrested for a crime that was 72, which is like a slang for you've been in jail for 3 days, but you never been charged of a crime. It was set aside, dismissed, or or the case was dismissed due to factual innocence. You want to get rid of that arrest because it does stay on your record. Now, the first form, there is a multi-step process. So the first form that you want to get is this form right here, is the BCIA 8270 form. I'm going to go over this form in its entirety. I also offer services where I help people dismiss, I help people expunge their arrest that was once on their records. Um, how do you get a copy of your rap sheet? First, you can call the course where you got arrested at and get a copy of your rap sheet. A second way you can get a copy of your rap sheet is getting in contact with the courts and then having them do a search on your, of course, with your name, and then have a copy of your arrest. Another way you can do this as well is going to the local police department where you've been arrested at and have them pull up a copy of your arrest through their records department, which this form goes to. Another way, if you was ever sentenced in the feds, they got this thing called a PSI, which is a pre-sentencing investigation, or a PSI report, where it lists, not only does it shows your arrests, it also shows your convictions as well. It also shows the cases that has been dismissed or set aside, or you've been found factual innocence. So this form here, we're going to go over this form right here, and then we're going to go over the next form, which is the CR 409 form. So you have to do both of these, right? It's a multi-form process. You have to do one per case. So in this form, you want to put, of course, you want to put your name, any aliases, birthday, social security number, address, etc. You want to put your street address. You want to put city, state, and zip, the county. Also, you want to, right here is the most important part. It says date of arrest. So you want to make sure that you put the right date of arrest, because when this form goes to the local department, local police departments, records division, they want, if you've been arrested multiple times, or if even if it's just been one time, you want to make sure that you have the right date of arrest so they can pinpoint that case that was once dismissed, and then be able to delete this off of your record. You want to put the name of the arresting agency. So for San Francisco Police Department, San Francisco Police Department, any police department, you want to make sure that you have the name of the arresting agency right here. Another thing that you want to put is the agency case number. Now that is a difference for the case number actual in the courts, because you have the court case number and you have the police department's case number. So you want to make sure that you get the agency case number, because they can't look it up by a court case number, because it's two different entities, two different departments. You want to put the deposition right here. The deposition, of course, it has to be dismissed, set aside, or factual innocence. So, and then you want to put your signature, and you want to put your date here. So signature goes here and the date goes here. Now, when this form goes to the police department along with these forms here, which I'm going to go over, it has to be signed by the supervisor of the police department, or the sergeant or lieutenant, or the officer of the day right here. They have to sign it. And usually they sometimes ignore these. And let me tell you the reason why. Not because they're busy, but they're not used to getting these at their office, and of course they be busy, etc. It's a million of different excuses on the reason why. And the reason why it has to be signed by an arresting agency is because they have to then submit it to the DOJ. So right here, this is the address that they have to submit it to, which is the Department of Justice. And what's going to happen is the Department of Justice is going to update your rap sheet and then delete that existing arrest off of your record. Now let's stop right there. They can't either grant it or they can't deny it. There's multiple reasons why they deny it, and there's multiple reasons why they grant it. Number one, it can be an old case why they granted it. Number two, they can deny it because it could have been the luck of the draw. It could have been you have multiple arrests, or it could have been the case you was actually found guilty of the case where you have to go through another process to get that record expunged off your record. It could be multiple different things. Another way it can be denied too is if it passed 60 days. Now, when you read the paperwork on this form, you have the police department have up to 60 days to respond, or it's an automatic denial. So what I usually do is when I fill out these forms and send it to the police department, what I do for my clients is I send a nice professional letter with my company letterhead, say, hey, if you're going to deny this, please send the original back. If you're going to grant it, please make a copy and send it to me as well. The reason why you want to do that is because they tend to just grant it and then send it off, but they don't let you know that it's been granted. And usually when they deny it, they just deny it and don't send you back a copy. So what I do is I like to send a nice professional letter and ask them, say, hey, if it's been denied, please send me my original back. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because it looks good for this form right here, the CR 409 form. Another reason why you want your original back of either them granted or denied is because of your records. Another reason why you want a copy of it back if they denied it is because you can go ahead and send that denial to the courts and to the district attorney, and it'll be in the hands of the judge and the prosecutor. That's one of the reasons why. Now let's go over the CR 409 form. This is the first couple of pages is just the instructions, right? It's a multi-page form. Now on this form, you have to be a little bit more remorseful, of course. And then this form, along with this petition to seal and destroy, you actually get a court date to go in front of a judge and a district attorney to argue your case on why you should get this arrest expunged. Now, a lot of people might be intimidated, like, dang, it's just an arrest. Why do I got to go to court to just get an arrest sealed or destroyed? Well, I don't make the forms up. As you can see right here, it says notice to court hearing, and it gives you a date and time. So you really have to appear at court to get an arrest expunged off your record. So let's go over this form in its entirety. So right here, it says the petitioner's name and information. So right there, you're going to put your full name, your date of birth, your lawyer if you have one. You really don't need a lawyer for this because it's so simple. It's just a form to get your arrest expunged. But if you do want to hire a lawyer to do this for you, then they're going to charge you, a lot of money just for something like this. You're going to put your name, the firm name if you're working with a lawyer, and they're going to put the state bar. You're going to put your street address, telephone number, and email address on there as well. The reason why I want to do that because if you are doing it yourself, or if you go through my paralegal firm, I got to put my firm name along with my address and business telephone number and business email address. Now, since this is for the state of California, it's gonna ask for the county. So if this is Contra Costa County, we'll put the county there. Los Angeles County, San Diego County, Fulton County, or whatever county that you're doing it in, you're gonna put the county right there. Then it says trial court case number. So the trial court case number is different between the agency case number. On this form for the petition to seal adult and arrest record, you're gonna have the agency case number. Here is the trial court case number, so you got to have a case number right here. When you get arrested and you go to a court, even if you found not guilty or the case been dismissed, they're going to have an actual case number for the court's record. So you're gonna put the court case number right there. And another thing, it says trial court case name. So trial court case name is the people versus your last name. That's what you're going to put right here. Now, when you get a court date, the clerk is going to go ahead and send you these forms back along with your court date. When you get a court date, you have to make sure that you send a copy of all these forms to the police department and all these forms to the district attorney. And we're going to go over the proof of civil service form too. The reason why you have to do that is because all parties must be well aware of the court date. So once you get the court date, you send all these forms to the police department, that originally arrested you, along with the district attorney as well. You can either hand give it to him, electronically give it to him, or you can mail it to him. Me, I like to send things certified mail because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I'm not, I deal with cases all over the state of California. So I really can't just go to LA because I don't live in LA, but I send everything with certified mail with tracking with all my clients. Case documents. Now, another thing they're going to ask at the bottom of this form is information about your case. So they want you to go into detail on what happened for this case. So they want to know the date of arrest you're requesting to be sealed, the month, date, and year. They want to know where did the arrest happen, including the city and county. So if you was on the street, if you was in Sacramento County, if you was in Yolo County, they want to know where it's at. If you don't know the street, just put, like the whereabouts, where I was in Sacramento, or I was in Yolo County, or I was on Jefferson Boulevard, etc. More detail, the better. They want to know what law enforcement agency made the arrest. So they want to know what arresting agency, which police department or sheriff made the arrest. And then they also want to know what is the report number. So you put all that information right here. You want to put the arresting case number, arresting agency case number here, and then the trial court case number right here. So you want to put both of the arresting agencies. Now, if you don't, the arresting agency and the court case number, if you don't know, again, call the police department. They'll give you that information. Or if you have your rap sheet, or if you've been to the feds, you have your PSI. It has your arresting agency case number there, along with the court case number there as well. So that's page 1. So page 2, you're going to put the trial court case number right here. So the court case number goes here. And they're going to ask you what were the offense for which you were arrested. So they want to know what was the particular crime that you were arrested for. So if it was a penal code, or was it an infraction, so a PC or infraction, that's the I, or if it was a misdemeanor, so that's it can be a penal code, or it can be a vehicle code, or an infraction. So you want to know a list of the charges that you got arrested for that you're trying to expunge off your record. Remember, if you got arrested multiple times, you got to do this per case. So if you got arrested 5 times in San Diego County, you got to do these forms 5 times per, right? They're going to ask you if checked. It says if checked, what were the charges the prosecutor filed? For example, Penal Code Section 242 for battery. So they also want to know what were the original charges that the prosecutor filed on you. Again, the more detail, the better. Another thing they're going to ask you right here is if you would like to explain the information provided, please do so below or complete the attached form. So you want to go more into detail about the case on this form. Right here is the actual what was the charges by the district attorney. Right here is a list of charges that you were originally arrested for, and right here is you want to go more into detail in regards to the case. Then they give you 2 options to check right here on these two boxes right here. The first one is I am entitled to have this arrest, the arrest described in Section 3 of the petition sealed as a matter of right because the arrest did not result in a conviction, and I satisfy the requirements of Penal Code Section 851.91. Or you can check I am requesting to have the arrest sealed in the interest of justice. Relief is unavailable as a matter of right if the arrest was for domestic violence, child abuse, or elder abuse, and petitioner's record shows a pattern of arrests and no convictions for the same type of offense. So you got to click one of those on the reason why you should get this arrest sealed and destroyed. Then they also want you to explain the reason why. Now, what I usually do for my clients is if the arrest been over 10, 15, 20 years, I put that, hey, this case has been over 10, 15, 20 years. It's hindering me from obtaining a job, etc. Because arrest on your record, even though it never resulted in a conviction, is a hindrance. So you just got to put something really nice right there. And then you're going to put the date, and then you're going to sign right there. And then don't forget to print your name right there as well. Now, the next form is the proof of civil service. You're going to put your name here. Usually, since I'm a paralegal, I put my firm name, the business address, etc. The client's name goes here. So the proof of civil service form is a form that shows proof to the courts and to the police department that you are letting them know that they have a pending court date for this arrest, and that all parties can appear and attest to either going to grant it or deny your petition to get your record sealed or destroyed. So when you do a proof of civil service, you can't be the one that filled this out because it asks you for another party right here. to fill this part out. So it says, person serving, I'm over the age of 18 and not a party to this action. So you can't be a party of the action filling out this form. Another person, like it can be a cousin, it can be a firm, it can be a lawyer. It just can't be the person that's appearing in court. So how this go is, the firm and your name goes here, the attorney name or your attorney name and firm goes here, your name goes here, and then how you going to send it to them? Personal service, or you're going to mail it to them? Again, I like to do mail. I like to do certified mail with tracking. You're gonna put the court case number here, and then right here is a slot where they're gonna put the court date at, and then right here, this is where the clerk of courts is going to stamp your court date, saying that it's been filed right there. Now, in number 2, you're going to put, I serve a copy of the petition application for resentencing or reduction on the person or persons listed below as follows. So right here, you're going to put the district attorney name and address and the arresting agency name and address right there, because you're serving a copy of this form along with these forms here to both the arresting agency and to the police department that arrests you for the crime. Right here, you're going to put how you sent this. So either you sent it by regular mail, either someone had mailed it for you, or you mailed it by yourself. If you're mailing it, you're going to put the city and state that it's been mailed from. So for example, San Francisco, California, or Oakland, California. You're going to put the date here, and then that person that filled this out is going to sign and date here. And then you're going to attach all these forms, and you're going to send these forms to the courts and to the arresting agency. So again, first you do this form. If it's been past 60 days, then you go ahead and you send a letter saying, hey, is it a way that I can get my original form back? Because again, they automatically deny it after 60 days. Either they grant it or deny it. If they grant it, have them send you a copy back. If they deny it, send a copy back. Then you attach these. You send everything to the courts. They're going to give you a court date. Once you get the court date, you notify all parties that there is a pending court date before 15 days. And then they're going to either grant it or deny it. Now it's in the hands of the judge. So let's do a recap. The forms that I just went over is the petition to seal and destroy adult records in the state of California, the BCIA 8270 form, which is a 1-page form, then CR 409, which is a 3-page form right here. That these forms right here help you destroy and seal and destroy your arrest record. So if you want to contact me, I also I charge for my services, but I have a record of deleting not just convicted felons and misdemeanors and sponging their records, but I also have a record of deleting a whole bunch of arrests off individuals' records as well. You guys have a nice afternoon.